To Kiki the ghost, Pac-Man is a curse, so he sends him away to the Mario-verse. At the Mushroom Kingdom, two rulers Pac-Man sees, one that kindly greets him, and one that calls him cheese. A deal has just been made by King Bowser and Princess Peach. Their scouts have found some land of which is coveted by each. They will have a kart race, and the trophy is the land. But it's just for royalty. Those who aren't are banned. Except for one co-driver chosen by and for the other. No way is Bowser going to select either Mario brother. Instead he chooses Pac-Man, whose new friends all protest. Yet Pac says that he'll do it. So what if he's a guest? Peach selects the Koopa Troopa Bowser brought along. Tomorrow at the starting line, something's very wrong. Bowser took advantage of the royalty loophole. Having all his kids involved helps him with his goal. In the ice cap, Lenny and a Snowspike make a team. Morton and a Fly Guy will drive the Pyramid Scream. Ludwig and Undergrunt Gunner control the auto ship. With the Lava Room, Roy and Blarg will take a trip. Iggy has a car constructed from this Goomba's shoe, and Junior's ally is from Super Mario Land 2. Wendy and a bandit are whom the coin pursuer carries. The massive 4x Fortress and a Wiggler are both Larry's. Against 9 Koopas and 9 partners in 9 other cars, things aren't looking very good for this story's stars. Mario and Luigi states that this is so unfair. Bowser scoffs, of course, but then they both give him a scare by saying that they'll call in Daisy and the 7 Kings, whose forms were changed and wands were stolen by the Koopalings. But Peach says it's her battle and hers alone to face. With that said, each driver is lined up to start the race. Instantly, the kids tease Pac by calling him some names. Though he volunteered, it's herself the princess blames. The race begins and Bowser's Koopa King is in the lead. Peach is last and gets surrounded, so she feels the need to use a suit with powers that rival those of gods. She's now Hammer Peach, and she'll even up the odds. She knew Bowser would try something, so she came prepared. And anybody blocking her and Pac-Man won't be spared. The latter of whom says that now he knows that they won't lose. Peach agrees, which is why she forces in her shoes. Heel right through the steering wheel to take complete control. She kisses and then benches Pac because he's done his role. Peach speeds up and aims her hammer at her next 2 foes. But Kamek reveals himself to counter all her throws. Peach, however, does the same to all of his attacks. He conjures up an item to stop Peach dead in her tracks. This music box makes Hammer Brothers and their cohorts doze, even if they only share their powers and their clothes. Fortunately, Pac recovers from his partner's kiss. Now it's time for him to prove that he can help the miss. Kamek lets Iggy know about the Heart Coach coming back. They both focus on Peach's state while disregarding Pac. Iggy tells Kamek to play the music box above her. Peach wakes up and sees him, so her 2 ears she will cover. She taps Pac right on the back to tell him what transpired. It's the song Kamek is playing that made her so tired. With both hands on both her ears, she can't even toss. But she knows how to pay back the Magic Koopa's boss. After Peach explains, Pac jumps on the shoemobile. He captures Iggy by the hair, which causes him to squeal. Meanwhile, Peach makes some adjustments to her auto seat. That she does all this without her hands is quite a feat. Iggy and his vehicle are brought into submission, and with the former, Pac won't break the royalty condition. He does break something else, and it's Bowser Jr.'s cart. Kamek was ordered to keep playing, so he can't take part. Bowser Jr.'s clown car was in the Bullet Blaster. Now he wants to liberate the Shoemobile's ex-master. He tells Spiky to force Pac-Man to release his clutch. In a way he does, but Bowser Jr. pulled too much. Now that Iggy's gone, Pac must rejoin Peach's ride. Spiky's stuck and out of luck, and Peach is filled with pride. The Koopas out in front believe the lead is theirs for keeps. When Bandit's done collecting coins, he looks back and eeps. He tells King Bowser that it's Hammer Peach his foe became. Bowser says that two can play the secret weapon game. For in his partner Koopa Troopa, he has one as well. When Peach goes on the ramp, he gets told to shed his shell. He's a Super Koopa who will carry Peach afar. And Bowser knows if she attacks, she might destroy her car. Plus Kamek still plays the box, although somewhat slightly. But she noticed Super Koopa's cape was flashing brightly. She softly tells Pac why this matters when they're close together. Pac jumps through the cart, then stomps the Koopa for a feather. A cape feather to be exact, and now he's Cape Pac-Man, descending to catch up with the remaining Koopa clan. Bowser thought with Pac-Man, Peach had zero chance to win. Not only are they still around, they're also closing in. Kamek is almost finished, but Morton does a practice. Fly Guy lifts the carts back in to let its wheels of cactus be shot straight at the Heart Coach. One wheel takes a hit. Pac-Man springs to action by having it get bit. At first Peach panics, but she sees his cape protecting him. She tells Pac when she says now to stretch each lower limb. And he does so once they're close enough to Morton's motor, which is forced into a rock while Fly Guy has his rotor set on such a speed the Magic Koopa can't avoid, and Peach watches the thing that made her doze off get destroyed. Now that she can use her hammers, Bowser's in real trouble. Ludwig tells his co-driver to turn the road to rubble. With a mountain on each side, Peach can't go around. So she walks on rocks from both the hills her hammers pound. But how will she win now? And where is Pac's location? In the sky to do a dive that makes such a vibration, it KOs every car and driver on the ground, that is. Peach won't hammer Bowser now, but he'll still get his. First Peach has the Heart Coach facing Bowser by the rear. She digs in her high heels, then kicks into high gear. The moment that she's done, Peach crosses the finish line. Gratefully she kisses Pac until he's on cloud nine. While he flies high in ways both literal and yet poetic, Peach informs the bros that everything is copacetic. She then calls help for all the living and non-living wrecks. Our two heroes then go back after a few treks. Some days later, Bowser signs to leave the land alone. Once he leaves, he says it's his when he gets Peach's throne. Guess some things will just not change, at least no time soon. But as long as fun's involved, I call that a boon.